Alex Pereira's second most competitive rival from his kickboxing days, Artem Vakhitov, is making the transition to MMA, and he wants his trilogy fight with Alex Pereira to happen in the UFC. So today we're going to be talking about just how the way that Alex Pereira did Adesanya, Vakhitov wants to do Alex Pereira. So stick around to hear my thoughts on Alex Pereira's kickboxing rival, Artem Vakhitov, looking to make a move to the UFC. Stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. So Artem Vakhitov did an interview with Guilherme Cruz from MMA Fighting, and he said, in regards to Alex Pereira, he's a superstar now, and I'm happy for him. But when I hear people saying he's the best striker in the world, I think it's time for MMA fans to learn about me. I have beaten him before in pure striking competition, and I'm sure I will do it again if we can get our trilogy match in the UFC. As you can see right here, Alex Pereira responded. We're going to get to the response in a second. For a little bit of background regarding their beef, regarding their history together, this post right here from MMA Theory explains it. Says, I mean, it's a little bit of a reach, but what Alex Pereira is to Israel Adesanya, Artem Vakhitov is to Alex Pereira. 23-6 as a kickboxer, 33 fighting out of Russia, defeated Alex Pereira by majority decision in 2021 after narrowly losing a split decision to Pereira in which he was widely regarded to have been robbed. Two-time Glory light heavyweight champion, 5 defenses. Lost his MMA debut in June 23, surged back with 2 TKO wins within the span of a month. Now he is training with Henry Cejudo. Take note of this guy. We might be in for some collective deja vu. This is from Fight Theory, or this is from MMA Theory in regards to Alex Pereira and Artem Vakhitov. A little bit of a backstory there in regards to the decisions. They are both controversial because many people say that the fight that Pereira won, Vakhitov got robbed, and many people say the fight that Vakhitov won, Pereira got robbed. And the reason that Alex Pereira, and people have said this, Pereira was leaving for the UFC. It was his very last fight in Glory. Many people think that Alex Pereira got robbed because Glory did not want him to leave with a win, with their belt, go to the UFC. And so Artem Vakhitov was gifted the majority decision win and the light heavyweight Glory belt. Now here is Alex Pereira. This was his comment on the previous post. They did make a little graphic for us, which makes it nice. We have Alex Pereira in Portuguese, translated to English, saying, "Hey brother, be careful with the people that are giving you this idea. The same person that is advising you that has tried the same with me. And I didn't do it because I'm not stupid. Everyone knows that when they gave you the win, it's because Glory knew that it would be my last fight in the organization, and they didn't want me to leave with the belt. For you to expose yourself like this, it seems you are a bit lost and almost certainly don't have a manager. That's what I think. You should send a message to somebody, Jorge Guimarães, because he can help you. Shama." Here's the thing. Pereira did get robbed in that fight, in my opinion, and I've watched Artem Vakhitov fight before. He uses the big gloves he uses the big kickboxing gloves way too much to protect himself, which won't work in MMA. You know, Pereira didn't rely on the big gloves so much. Very low hands in his stance, throws from the hips very often, relies on his head movement to get out of the way of strikes. If you've ever watched Glory Kickboxing or just kickboxing in general, where they don't allow the clinch or they break the clinch very quickly, you'll see that it's kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, where they shell 1, 2, 3 leg kick, then they trade. The other guy goes 1, 2, 3 leg kick. It really is like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It is just like shell, let your opponent complete his combo, then your opponent shells and you throw yours back. It's a big part of what happens in Glory Kickboxing and just pro kickboxing in general. So that's why I don't think Artem Vakhitov will have very much success in MMA, is because he relies on the equipment too much for his protection. Aside from that, 2 very close decision losses. It's not like Alex Pereira was like unbeaten. Like Izzy went like 80-5 or something crazy, or 60-8, some insane record in kickboxing. Alex Pereira is like 33-7, so way less fights than Izzy, lost more times than Izzy, and Israel Adesanya looked so untouchable that it felt like, oh, we gotta bring someone else in. We gotta bring Alex Pereira in here. And Alex Pereira came in, knocked a bunch of people out, beat Adesanya by TKO, moved up in weight, got knocked out by Adesanya as well, moved up in weight, knocked out multiple people to win and retain his belt 2 times over. Whereas Vakhitov won by these decisions. It's not like there's no video of Pereira flatlined from Vakhitov the way that there was of the image of the oxygen mask on Izzy's face because of Alex Pereira's left hook. So I don't see him being Alex Pereira to Israel Adesanya second coming. I don't see it being, oh, Vakhitov takes over the UFC, becomes the face of the UFC. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's certainly possible that he makes it to the UFC on that pedigree of high-level kickboxing and the relationship to Alex Pereira or the connection to Alex Pereira. I'm sure it's completely possible, but I don't think it's probable. So with that said, I think Artem Vakhitov potentially makes it to the UFC at some point, high-level striking, training with Triple C, but I don't think he becomes the second coming of Alex Pereira. I don't think there's any deja vu in store for that, but I thought this was interesting. One of Alex Pereira's kickboxing rivals that has a win over him, looking to fight him again in the UFC. Just something worth noting, but I don't think it's going to be the Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya type of rivalry. So there's my thoughts on Alex Pereira and Artem Vakhitov. Artem Vakhitov potentially coming to the UFC. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that, the decisions were a little wonky when they fought? Do you think he makes it to the UFC? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want extra content aside from my regular videos, make sure to become a channel member today to get access to members-only live streams and other bonus perks. Click the link in the description down below or click the join button on our channel homepage. If you're interested in non-MMA content from me, make sure to check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World.